Today, I'll be counting down my picks for the top 10 best NHL players of all time. Quickly, before we get into the list, I want to see some of your lists, so make sure to comment them down below. And now, starting off with the number 10 spot, we have Bobby Hull. Despite only being 5'10", Hull had a lethal slap shot. Once, Hull reportedly shot at 118 miles per hour. However, this is never confirmed and is most likely inaccurate. Anyway, Hull used his amazing clapper to score 610 goals throughout his 1,063 game career and a total of 1,170 points. Hull won the Art Ross 3 times, the Hart twice, the Lester Patrick once, the Lady Byng once, and the Stanley Cup 1 time. Next up at number 9, we have the only active player on this list, Sidney Crosby. Crosby is probably the most well-rounded player in NHL history. He has a great shot, especially backhand, crazy edges, and incredible hockey IQ. In his career so far, Crosby has put up 1,467 points in 1,156 games. He's won the Art Ross twice, the Rocket Richard twice, the Ted Lindsay 3 times, the Hart twice, the Stanley Cup 3 times, and the Conn Smythe twice, and finally the Mark Messier Leadership Award. Crosby is the youngest player to ever score 100 points in a season, and has never gone a season being under a point per game. Next up at the 8th spot, we have Guy Fleury. And there's a reason why he was nicknamed the Blonde Demon. Fleury was one of the fastest players of his time, and as a result, also one of the best and most successful. During his career, Fleury scored 160 goals and 793 assists for 1,353 points in 1,126 NHL games. Fleury won the Art Ross 3 times, the Ted Lindsay 3 times, the Hart Trophy twice, the Stanley Cup 5 times, and the Conn Smythe once. At the 7th spot, we have Mark Messier, who is one of the best leaders in NHL history. He even has a trophy named after himself for leadership. Messier had a very long career at 1,756 games, and during those games, he put up 1,887 points, consisting of 694 goals and 1,193 assists. Messier won the Ted Lindsay twice, the Hart Trophy twice, the Lester Patrick once, the Stanley Cup 6 times, and the Conn Smythe once. Next up at the number 6 spot, we have Maurice the Rocket Richard. Richard was nicknamed the Rocket for a reason. He's one of the fastest players of all time and once skated around the rink with the puck in only 14.3 seconds, which is pretty crazy, especially for the time. He also did it after suffering multiple bad leg injuries. Anyway, Richard was the first player to ever score 500 career goals, scoring 544. He also put up 422 assists for 966 points in 978 NHL games. Richard won the Hart Trophy once and the Stanley Cup 8 times, and obviously has a trophy named after him for the highest scoring goal scorer at the end of each NHL season. Now into the top 5, we have Jean Beliveau. Beliveau owns the record for the most Stanley Cup wins. He doesn't have the most Cup wins as a player, but in total with his time in office, he has the most. Beliveau put up 1,219 points in 1,125 NHL games, consisting of 507 goals and 712 assists. Beliveau won the Art Ross once, the Hart twice, the Conn Smythe once, and the Stanley Cup an incredible 17 times. 10 as a player and 7 in front office. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Gordie Howe. Howe is nicknamed Mr. Hockey, and it's very easy to see why. Gordie Howe is the oldest player to ever play in the NHL, playing his last game at the age of 52 years and 11 days. Howe scored an incredible 1,850 points, with 801 goals and 1,049 assists in 1,767 NHL games. Howe won the Art Ross 6 times, the Hart Trophy 6 times, the Lester Patrick once, and the Stanley. And now before we get into the top 3, I just want to quickly ask you guys to subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see more hockey videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel with those post notifications on so you never miss a video. Now entering the top 3, we have Bobby Orr, who is without a doubt the best defenseman in NHL history. He's most well known for the iconic picture of him scoring the Stanley Cup goal. Orr won the Stanley Cup twice in his career, along with many individual trophies. He won the Art Ross twice, the Hart 3 times, the Ted Lindsay once, the Lester Patrick once, the Conn Smythe twice, the Calder, and finally the Norris Trophy 8 times. Bobby Orr scored 915 points in 657 games, with 270 goals and 645 assists as a defenseman, which is crazy. He also had an incredible plus-minus rating of 582. Coming in at the runner-up spot at number 2, we have Super Mario Lemieux. Lemieux's career was unfortunately cut short due to cancer, but he was obviously is still extremely successful in his career. Lemieux played 915 total NHL games and scored 1,723 points, including 690 goals and 1,033 assists. Lemieux won an insane amount of trophies, so let's go over them. He won the Art Ross 6 times, the Ted Lindsay 4 times, the Hart 3 times, the Lester Patrick, the Bill Masterton, the Calder, 2 Stanley Cups, and 2 Conn Smythe trophies. And now at the number 1 spot, we obviously have the great one, Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky had a very unique ability where he always seemed to know where the puck was going to go next. And he used that ability to score an unbelievable 2,857 points with 894 goals and 1,963 assists. Gretzky has the record for the most goals in a career, most assists in a career, and most points in a career, along with 58 other NHL records. In the 1982 season, Gretzky scored 92 goals in 80 games, which is honestly just stupid. Also in the 1986 season, he put up 215 points in 80 games, which is crazy. Gretzky won an incredible amount of trophies, so let's go over all of them. Gretzky won the Art Ross 10 times, the Ted Lindsay 5 times, the Hart 9 times, the Lady Byng 5 times, the Lester Patrick, 4 Stanley Cups, and the Conn Smythe twice. And that'll do it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely loved making this video, and I could definitely do a video similar to this, like top 10 defensemen or top 10 goalies. So yeah, comment down below if you guys want to see that, and I'll see you guys next time.